And we begin new tonight, a stunning investigation and report into the organization that keeps the lights on in Seattle. We are talking years of complaints, sexual harassment, even drinking on the job, costing people their jobs at Seattle City Light. Now, we did break this story in our 6 p.m. newscast today. Taking a look, these are the punishments that people have faced for the years of complaints so far. 40 employees, the subject of more than 250 complaints. 5 people fired, 7 suspensions, 9 warnings, and 3 going through mandatory training. And as we've been digging into this tonight, it goes back further than just a few years. We've discovered harassment allegations and more spanning 3 different CEO regimes across the last decade. So we want to get now to KIRO 7's Samantha Lomibo hitting those highlights of what this 2-year investigation found. Sam, there's a lot in this.
There are a lot of allegations that the independent investigator found within Seattle City Light, and I actually sifted through all 20 pages. Like I said, there's a lot, but I was able to break it down into 3 of the biggest complaints from employees who spoke out, and they mentioned drinking, misogyny, and pornography all on the job. The findings of a Seattle City Light investigation on Thursday exposed years of harassment and hazing. According to the independent investigators report, the claims went against network crews who were usually seen in these gold box trucks working underground with high and low voltage cables. Anonymous complaints date back to 2017, stating a crew chief once consumed more than 4 drinks than operated equipment while impaired. And students were expected to buy their instructor alcohol in exchange for teaching the class. But because these witnesses wouldn't come forward at the time, Seattle City Light says there wasn't enough to start a formal investigation. Until 2022, when a network worker came forward, stating on page 9 of the report, apprentices are groomed, and they have to accept this behavior and to be loyal to the ringleaders, the chosen few, for personal gain. Claims that helped launch an independent investigation in March of 2023. Drinking on the job being a big issue. New workers described a type of initiation, saying crew chiefs would make them buy alcohol or else they'd be retaliated against. On page 10, witnesses reported that crews drank beer, wine, margaritas, shots, and other hard alcohol between regular and overtime shifts, and said drinking took place at the dock, in their vehicles, at job sites, at substations, in vaults, and underground. Pornography at work was another big concern. On page 12, a witness reported a crew chief had a laptop on the dashboard broadcasting porn, and the crew chief showed others porn on his phone. Witnesses say it made them feel uncomfortable, including the female employees who make up less than 6% of the network group. Some reported misogyny amongst crew chiefs, saying he saw a crew chief sneak up behind a female employee to scare her, chase her around a truck, pull her hair and say, "Hey, look," then throw water on her face. Now, Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell did respond to this 2-year investigation finding, saying, quote, "Providing strong city services and being a great employer for our workers requires a dedicated focus on driving sustainable culture change. We are focused on building a work environment where every employee feels safe and supported, especially women in fields that have historically been male-dominated." Live in Seattle, Samantha Lomibo, KIRO 7 News.
Right, the report. Thank you, Samantha. Now we want to show you that timeline again because we have uncovered our own KIRO 7 reports of similar accusations and cultural problems dating back to as early as 2016. So at the time, the CEO was Larry Weiss. He resigned in 2017 amid the beginning of online surveys and employees like Beth Roca speaking up at the time. She and other coworkers submitted dozens of harassment complaints they said Seattle City Light just didn't address. She spoke to our own Gary Horker right after the CEO's resignation.
Many people have experienced things that nobody should experience in a professional environment, and the range of those experiences is all the way from the benevolent sexism of pet name type of things all the way to physical acts.
And that situation prompted its own external investigation. At the time, the report found no substantial evidence of blatant sexism. Roca resigned that same year. Now, in 2018, a new CEO took over, Deborah Smith, and it was during her tenure that most of the allegations were made that were part of today's released investigation. She was reassigned by the mayor's office as an advisor to a handful a months after that investigation began in 2023. Now, we will be continuing to dig into that report that Sammy spoke about and pushing for answers with Seattle City Light. We have both current and also those past stories we've done on the department live right now on KIRO7.com.